This is the Ultra Barrel Light Cold Plunge from Coldture, and I honestly think this might be the best beginner cold plunge out there. It's super light, portable, and even upgradable. If you do decide to get one for yourself, there's a link in the description down below that helps support this channel. So what you're getting inside is, of course, the tub. Then you're getting a lid that's really well engineered, a bag to actually make it portable, a repair kit, and also a pump. Inflating it takes around 2 minutes, or it's even faster if you use an air compressor. Then to fill it up, basically you just get a garden water hose, you connect it up to the spigot at the bottom, and then basically you just fill it up to the max line. It's really nice that they added this because I don't like getting in a cold plunge and it basically overflowing everywhere, especially if you're inside. It's a really nice touch, but it's the details. Those are the most important. What immediately stood out to me is that they actually have a lip on the lid itself. And I'm really surprised that they haven't added this to the rest of their line, but it's really handy if you're leaving it outside, for example. It's gonna make sure that bugs and leaves are not actually getting into your plunge. Trust me, you don't wanna open up the lid and just see a dead cockroach or a fly or something like that just hanging out there. It's happened to me before. And it fits on there really snug, so you don't even have to use the clips that are actually built in as well. If you want to, you can, just so you don't have to worry about the wind blowing your lid away. I'd probably stress about that. So it's made of military grade drop stitch material, and this is gonna be the same stuff that you see on a paddleboard, for example, that you're gonna be inflating up. And I really appreciate that they did decide to go a little bit above and beyond, and they put 5 centimeters or around 2 inches of insulation actually inside the lid and the tub itself. So if you're using ice or you're gonna be upgrading to a chiller over time, it's basically just gonna be more efficient and it's gonna keep your water cooler for a longer period of time. So as I mentioned, it is upgradable. And it's nice to see that more cold plunge companies are doing this, especially for their more intro level plunges. So you can start off with your cold tap water, then you can move over to ice. Then if you want to, which is oftentimes really great if you want to actually build the habit and just have it as a set it and forget it situation, which is what I always want to build any habit, then you can get a chiller as well that will make your life simple. And it's nice because you don't have the hassle of needing to sell your tub, then buy another one, then also get the chiller. It's just a lot of headache that no one needs to deal with. One particular thing that is dear to my heart might not be the same experience for you, but I'm really happy that it's a barrel style plunge. I don't know about you, but when I've done cold plunges in actual nature, when you're getting into a river or into the ocean and it's cold as hell, I'm not lying back. I'm either swimming upright or I'm basically just bracing and I'm in an active position. I'm not going to be in a rest and digest and this is all fun. Like, no, I want to be upright and ready to go. When it comes to the size, it's not like this really large cold plunge. It's like, I would say in the medium area. It's not a small one where I'm getting in there and I feel super compact and I can't get the water all the way up to my neck. But at the same time, I'm not in there and like, oh my God, this is so deep. I'm a 6-foot man. Well, I guess technically I can't say that. I'm 5'11" and 3/4. Goddamn, so sad. And like around 160 pounds. And I can get in there pretty comfortably. But again, I have to cross my legs. If that's something that you struggle with, probably not gonna be the best cold plunge for you specifically. One thing they say on the website is you can get someone up to 6'8" and 300 pounds into the plunge itself. You probably could, because I'm sure they tested it, but you're gonna be really goddamn snug in there, so maybe getting one of the larger ones is gonna be for you. Something like the Ice Barrel 300 is gonna be the better option there, especially if you want a head dunk. I'm the crazy person that always loves to head dunk. Sometimes I hold my breath under there. Please be safe. And also what I mean by it's a medium cold plunge, a lot of people when they're starting out, they like to plunge with their arms on the side and just the rest of their body in. It is a little bit awkward to be able to do that. Personally, I suggest getting the water all the way up to this level or the top of your neck. Then if you want to make it a little bit easier, you can just take your hands out of the water. One of the main reasons I would say someone gets this cold plunge, regardless of the price, is that it's portable. You can actually, again, compact it down, put it into the bag, take it to your friend's house, for example, or you can take it up to the cottage for the weekend. But if you actually want to make it a habit, you're probably just going to leave it in your backyard, inflated and ready to go with water. When it comes to the durability of this cold plunge, it comes with a repair kit for a reason. They're probably expecting at some point throughout the lifetime of this cold plunge that it will maybe break. Yes, it is incredibly strong. Again, really high quality material, but it's kind of the risk that you run when you get an inflatable cold plunge. It's a pretty tough scenario because the more permanent insulated cold plunge run you around the 1,000 to 2,000 category. So Coldture does offer a 2-year warranty. Kind of strange because it used to be 3 years. If you look on their website, a lot of the images still say 3 years, but it seems like they have rolled it back to 2 years, which is honestly pretty unfortunate. But it still is better than a lot of the 1-year standard warranties that you get from companies like Plunge, Polar Monkeys, and Sun Home Saunas. And I really suggest before you buy it, really reading the warranty because it just covers what specifically is set out on the website. That's all they're gonna cover. And there are some conditions that are specifically outlined. So within that warranty, you're not gonna be covered for accidents or just normal wear and tear or acts of God. Like a thunderstorm. That would suck. Holy shit, imagine your cold plunge gets electrocuted. God damn, I hope you're not in the cold plunge. Look, these are pretty standard, but it's just good that you know this beforehand. So from all the different cold plunges out there, they get extremely fancy. It's crazy. It's in the budget category. It's gonna run you around $360. And as far as the inflatable category goes, it's actually very well priced. Like for example, Coldture sells 2 other inflatable cold plunges and they're in the $1,000 to $2,000. The same as Plunge, the same as other companies as well. So being able to get it for half the price to be able to start cold plunging is very nice. But also you can be really scrappy and you don't want the insulation, you just want a $100 Amazon cold plunge. That's fine. It's not gonna be the best experience. Like you're gonna have those poles that you can't really put it on uneven surfaces and it's probably gonna be pretty annoying and you're gonna have to refill it with ice all the time because it's constantly gonna be warming up. If you wanna be really scrappy, you can just get a steel or a plastic horse trough. I'd probably go with steel specifically and just make sure it's going to be tall enough so you can actually fully submerge yourself when you're laying down. And if you wanna ever upgrade that in the future, you can figure out how to insulate it and then also drill in and out points. You can also just buy a freezer and make a DIY one. There's a bunch of guides out there. If you don't want to do any work and you want something that's just permanent and you're willing to spend a bit more money, you can actually get something that's also insulated from Ice Barrel, either the 300 or the 500, and it's also going to be upgradable to a chiller in the future if you want. I really hope this helped give you the best information that you need to get the cold plunge that is going to best serve you. And if you decide to get any of the cold plunges that I mentioned, using the link down below helps support this channel. I hope this was helpful and don't forget to subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.